Hello again, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Clarke Farms map. This is Virtual Farmer Ken Bob, and today, well, the last episode we moved the silage bales from the milk farm over to the steer farm, and I think what we're going to do this episode is we're going to get over here back to the milk farm and do some windrowing. Try to get those two fields that we cut of grass. Try to get them windrowed up, and then hopefully they'll dry out for hay. And if they don't, before the end of the day, if we don't get enough going to do, if it's not turning good, then we'll probably go ahead. Oop, I'm about to pass. Whoa, that was good old Chevy toughness. But if they don't start turning out to hay fast enough, then we'll come back through and we'll run the tedder over it. But I really don't want to, but I don't want to leave it overnight either because I don't want to lose the yield. But one way or the other, we'll figure it out. Thing always sounds like it's trying to stall out, but I think it's just that diesel. I don't know if Farming Simulator even makes a gas vehicle, because really there's no gas supply anywhere that I know of. But I know the real truck on Ethan's the Clarke Farms, the real Clarke Farms. I'm sorry, I lost train of thought. But I know that his truck is a gas. He didn't want to pay the extra $10,000 to put a diesel in it, and I don't blame him. If the gas has enough pulling power, what do you need that extra expense for? I am not the best, well, at most things, but windrowing, I am really not that great at. I try, and somehow or other, I always manage making a pig's ear out of it. So, we'll see how this goes. Try to use the GPS on these straight edges. Make it as nice as possible. But this is where I'm going to struggle, most likely, is through this spot. Nah, it wasn't too bad. Could have been better, but it could have been worse. And that's right there why I like these rotary style better than the V style. Hit those posts and it just bounces right off of them. Not exactly sure why it's not going a little bit more centered than that. Like it's overlapping the other row a lot more. But that's alright. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll go back this way. Well, if I can keep it straight. Come on. Looks like we might cut into that other windrow, but that's okay because that'll get it further away from that water and that hill. That was almost like I meant to do it. Sometimes it's a little hard for my eyes to see where the green cut grass is and where just the green field is. I still have a little bit of problems with my eyes, even though they're a lot better than they ever were before. Yeah, there's a few straggler pieces laying around, but all in all, I'm not too upset with that. Well, let me try this right here. I don't know if I. Oops, I didn't get it turned on. That's what happened. Pushed the button, but I guess I pushed it too fast. It didn't register. Alright, let's see now if we can do as good, if not better, on this other field. Like I said, this is not my strong point, windrowing. Yeah, fold up. I don't know why it won't fold up for me. What I might do is try to go up here and start on this end and come down. Because I don't want to start down there and then end up having all that grass thrown out the back. Uh-oh, wrong button. Have you ever heard that from me before? Yeah, this one's not going to look so pretty. I can already kind of feel that. What I'd like to be able to do is, but we can't because it's still grass, it's not hay yet. What I'd like to be able to do is go through and bale up this outer row, make like 2 outer rows and then bale it up. And then I wouldn't be hitting the ends whenever I'm coming back up my lines. But can't do that because this is grass and we need it to turn into hay first. I thought this was as straight could get right here, but for whatever reason, it's not letting me use my reset button. So we'll see how this goes right here, this little corner, because, oh, wow. I'm scaring myself. I normally don't do that good. You'd think with hundreds, almost thousands of hours total that I have on this game, I'd be able to drive these better. But I'm stubborn. I'm learning. I'm teaching resistant. You can't really teach me much. I'd like to think I'm teachable, but yeah, liking to think and being are two different things. Okay, try for a different angle. Oh wow, this is going to be a real hard turn here. So, yeah, and that right there is why I like to get rid of the outer row first. Let's see what kind of a picture we can make out. All right, I'm going to have to figure this out. I'll be right back. Okay, I found out on this particular point I was the one that was messed up. Because even though I reset the track, I wasn't over in the right lane. So now we are, and well, no, we're not. I totally transferred over too far. That's okay. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I'm just going to let it run. Go up here and we'll turn around and try to bring that track right there back into submission. Now, hopefully I didn't make too big of a mess of it. Okay, try to run right into here and see if I can't get all this stuff straightened out. We need to go back up to that top corner here and come back down one more time to give us a little bit more room. Once again with this fence. Oh, forgot to turn off the GPS. Oops. Yeah, it might have been a little too early to drop it right there, but I'd rather have to kind of clean up a mess than to drop it too late and have a bigger mess to clean up. We'll see how this works. If it's gonna be all right, kind of. If you're hearing that squeaking sound, that's just my steering wheel. I didn't realize I was buying the extra squeaky wheel whenever I bought it, but that's what I got. Kind of dropped it out of my hand just there. It's got a really good spring on it, so it centers right away. Where is it going? Oh, it's going to the wrong track. Huh, persistent. Yeah, there's going to be a few little pieces we'll have to work on again. Something else I kind of struggle with a little bit is if you don't have your steering wheel in the right spot, whenever you reset it, it sounds like it's resetting, but it's not always doing it. So I gotta really pay attention to that little green steering wheel over there to make sure that the path is set. Not exactly the cleanest windrow I've ever seen with GPS set, but I think we'll manage. Kind of jump out here and see what exactly we got here. Yeah, it's still sowing grass. I need to get that tool so I can see what the moisture level is. Now I pressed the button to raise that, and I didn't notice that it didn't do it, so I kind of slopped it up a little bit. I think what I'll do is I'll run back down through that one line whenever I get done with all these center rows, pieces. And we'll be on that field anyhow, that side of the field anyhow, so that'll work out. Somehow or other, I didn't mess up this edge down here yet. Of course, I'm not done. Yep, I figured. Pushing the wrong buttons again. And that time I did mess up everything. But all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with the job I did here. It's one of my better performance. Alright, so let's go back up here, turn around, and we'll come back down this row. I think I'm going to take it a little bit further to the left as we're looking at it. Try to pick up a little bit more of the straggling pieces too. Alright. I'm not quite sure if it's worth trying to fix that little error right there. Nope, I don't think I'm going to worry about that. I don't want to make a bigger mess than it is, and that's really not that big of a deal. So, if it'll dry out, we got our field of hay raked up. So now we just need to hope that it'll dry out good enough that we can get it raked or baled up now. Are you guys licking all the bugs off the grill? Yeah, it might be too tight there. I like to keep it tight, but not too tight. And this thing, once you turn the steering wheel, man, it starts pivoting right away. Never did pay attention to whether or not the wheels on this brake turn when you steer. I guess I should say whether or not they steer. Well, let's go ahead in anticipation of everything working right and everything going like we want. Let's go ahead and hook the baler up. And we'll just hope and pray that we got some hay here in a little bit. At least before midnight. But anyhow, that's it for that field. We'll go over here and get our pickup truck and start heading back home. For anybody that thinks that wasn't that bad of a job, first of all, I appreciate it. But second of all, let me tell you, that's an anomaly. Because normally it's nothing like that whenever I try to windrow, rake up a field. It usually ends up being a total and complete mess. But I've actually been practicing on it here. Well, I'm gonna get over here. This thing's got some acceleration to it. But anyhow, I think that's going to be the end of it for this particular video. Appreciate you staying with me all the way to the end. If you wouldn't mind, if you go down and give me a like and maybe make a comment or two, and then subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, I sure would appreciate that. But this is Virtual Farmer Ken Bob, and until we meet again, have a great day and stay safe out there.